Christ-minded. What does that even mean? It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to read your Bible and pray more. It means that you transforming your mind to the mind of Christ. You go, okay, well, how do I do that? First, you have to take captive every thought. It's one of my favorite scriptures, but it's kind of vague when someone says, take captive every thought. Think of your thoughts almost like if you were having to wrestle those certain thoughts, the ones that you don't like. And it's crazy that whenever a thought or an emotion comes into your life, those emotions, whether it is happy, sad, depressed, anxious, stress, anger, envy, jealousy. It's knowing those emotions and it's asking the question. And this is how we check, this is how we take captive every thought and we make this Christ-minded. We go, okay, why do I feel jealous? Why do I feel like I'm not worthy of basically achieving this goal that I wrote down like a few weeks ago? For example, with the summer off season, we wrote our goals down. And I was talking to one of the student athletes here at BCS, and they said, I wrote down this goal that I wanted to dunk a basketball in 9 weeks, but I don't think I will. Okay, that is not having the mind of Christ. You have to then ask yourself this question, where's this emotion coming from? It's probably because from bad self-worth. You think, and you may call it humility, but it's not being humble. It's actually not God's plan. You have to take that thought captive. And it could just be something that you say. If you have been at Victory for a while, we say a confession before our chapel. It says, I'm here on purpose because I have a purpose. My heart is open. My mind is ready to receive. Because God's not in yet. My best day, my life perfect. Now I have victory in my life. Because Jesus lives in me. The more you say that, even if you zone out, you're going to end up believing it. And so when you write down those goals, and all of a sudden you come up against an obstacle, maybe it's something that and it's usually an emotion. It's an emotion that's saying, you're not going to make it, or whatever it is. It's taking that thought captive. And now, the last part is this, surrendering. Okay, now that I'm mindful and I'm aware of that emotion, I take it captive, and God, I surrender it to you. And then you come up with a mantra. For me, I always, and it sounds silly, but it should change up your emotion. You have to picture yourself almost like in a really ridiculous mental image, right? For me, I picture myself with like Nacho Libre tights on, right? And my dad called me John Boy. So I picture myself as John Boy, this Nacho luchador type wrestler. And then I have this thing of like, dude, you got this. And I just say it to myself. And so after I surrender it, dude, you got this. And it literally changes up my psychological state. So today, with Christ-Minded at Sea, in closing, what's your mantra? Because you know that you're going to have these emotions come in. Whether you're too tired to come to practice, whether you hate someone, or whether you're envious of someone. Be aware, then surrender, and then what is that mantra? And you may have to say it 100 times a day. But what you're doing is you're practicing. And soon, you'll see that transformation of your mind to become